my queen. I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling in My King. I help transform high-achieving women create lasting love through Vedic astrology and neuroscience and all the fun-loving stuff that I help with women so that she become the queen of love. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and share as well. And if you are coming back, welcome back. And today's topic is so important, and we are going into this Venus retrograde. So if you notice that throughout my video, my image of my look has changed. So I'm back being fully blonde again. Actually, it's more platinum blonde. So it's pretty exciting. So we heard of all this Venus retrograde and saying things like, oh, you shouldn't change your look, you shouldn't do this, you might regret it. You know what? If you've been playing the idea of wanting to change your look and you never had the time, maybe this is an opportunity to kind of play around with it. So what? So what? You might regret changing your hair color, painting your nails, red. Like, it's not a big deal. So anyways, today's really topic about if you should go back to your ex. And here's the thing that I have looked in charts, patterns, and we look into those things. So there's a reason why you guys have broken up. Do you agree? Maybe you went to an astrologer and you say, is this person compatible? Or maybe you do card reading. Hey, I'm equally as guilty as that type of person. But the truth of the matter is there is a reason why you break up in the very beginning. And it's no perfect. There is no perfect in this relationship, but it's what you accept and what you don't accept. It's more important to find out what you accept and what you deserve. It's all about self-worth. And there's a reason why I made that video regarding about non-negotiable in a relationship and in a partnership, what you accept and what you don't accept, right? So if it's good, there's some days great, it's amazing. And there's also the other side is not so great. We all have Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Sun. We all have some sort of negative part of our chart. But how we actually project it on our partner, right? Or if you're not seeing perfection enough of this person, so what is it? Like, what's going on there? So could you fill that gap with yourself? It's not up to your other person to do that. And there's certain patterns. I notice there's certain patterns that that the person is attracting. It's no surprise if they have some sort of issue, for example, I wouldn't say issue, but really has a hard time learning how to nurture themselves, and they try to find it from the external world or from the partner. And it could be hard, it could be difficult, it could be a challenge, and that's not the purpose. The purpose of being in a relationship, you gotta be one whole individual. I hate saying this over and time and again and again. You have to be a whole person. Yes, you need to get your chart read. It's very enlightening if you have the right person who's reading the chart to help you guide you in a better space or a state of mind, right? Some people, yeah, I heard other astrologers say maybe marriage is completely out of sham, but that's not really up to them to say that. It's really up to you how hard you want to work on it, right? If you think relationship doesn't require work, think again. I don't know any career out there that I have came across, or anybody that is like trying to work up the corporate ladder didn't put in any effort. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to get out of bed. That is an effort, right? And walking out the door is also an effort. But the real main thing is you need to get up and really make an effort and learn new skills. I think if you have skills, the knowledge, and you practice those skills, it's not like, okay, like I just learned it and then forget about it. It's not like university. You actually have to invest time to do that. If you're not investing time wanting to be in a creative, lasting love, then I have to be blunt with you, then maybe being single is a perfect match for you, and that's okay. There's so many negative parts about being a narcissistic and, who wants to be dating. Well, at some point we have to be single. We have to be a narcissistic. We have to learn how to survive. We have to learn how to, market ourselves, and we have to learn how to be selfish, right? Or self-love, right? And how to be compassionate with ourselves as well. It's all start with us, right? And it's perfectly fine if you're single. And it's more, a lot of people kind of like have this skew of like narcissistic is such a bad thing. It isn't if you want to be single, and that's perfectly fine. And they just have to be conscious about that. They want to be single, and that's it, or they want to play, and that's it, right? So, but I think it's more dangerous if you are dating somebody who's a sociopath or psychopath. Not a lot of people talk about it. It's 1 out of 25 people that might have it, right? That's within your group of friends, or even people that you work around with would have that. There is a difference. Anyway, so I'm off a little bit of topic. It's all about you taking care of you at the first place and learning how to communicate. If you don't know how the other person is going to meet your needs, but the communication skill has to be there. Learning how to be vulnerable is so valuable. I don't know anything out there that could do this better within my program that I noticed, learning how to be vulnerable. And if you are struggling to put words together, the toughest things that you have done, I get it. We live in a busy society. I get it. If you're a single mom, you're super busy. I get it. Or a single parent in general, or co-parenting. It's hard. It's all that is hard. I'm not taking that away. I'm not taking that shame away. I really believe in that. Those things are challenging when you're trying to look for, the love of your life. And the matter of the fact is, I think what really ground our emotion is putting it into words, writing it down. So slowing the thoughts of the mind is really valuable. And then you can evaluate, is it worth being upset or angry, or putting any effort into that negative space, right? It's all start with you, right? So, and you can do any projection with another person. That could through be friends, family. It doesn't matter. It's your projection. It's your projection of this world. There's so many limiting belief, and it could come from society, family, and so forth, wherever you have learned it and within your lifespan. But is it really worth grounding that, holding that, preventing you from going further into life? Or is it going to restrict you? And those are the questions that you need to really kind of step forward and be like, oh, okay, this is really great. There's a reason why Venus goes retrograde. And if you are watching this video and you're an astrology fan, great. I'll talk a little bit more about science and what I'm up to as well. So when it comes down to Vedic astrology, they say that Venus retrograde is all about your love's coming back, is being evaluated, your money is being evaluated. No. It's all about, it depends where Venus represent for you. For me right now, I'm actually traveling. I feel like I'm traveling around the world here. I'm living in different location. I'm in probably different hotels, and this one's really quite nice. And 10 years ago, where I was practically celibate. I was single as more than you can ever think. I was a career woman. And a career woman, that means that I put my career first before love, money, or love and relationship and all that as a second priority, because I really wanted a kingdom of my own and my own legacy. I still do today. And Venus retrograde really reflects, how bad do you really want it? Even though this is temporary, this is reliving those moments, right? Your ex might come back, or you might be dating somebody who has a similar traits of that. And it's going to go back and reflect and see if you have caught on those patterns. If you didn't catch those patterns, guess what? You're going to relive that moment again. And it could be good and it could be bad, right? It depends on the individual, how well they take situation. If you have an exalted Mars, you're going to plow through it. And if you have a Mars that is not like ready to plow through and wants to be passive, then it's a little bit more frustrating, right? So you're not getting what you want, and the timing matter. I think for my situation, I feel like I'm just plowing through. I just don't have enough time to self nurture myself. So, what I made an intention the minute I got off of work, even if I'm working 22 hours yesterday, I make an effort, put it in my calendar that I go get my nails done, get my hair done, maybe go shopping, like, or go eat great food. Oh my gosh, that was so helpful for me to just nurture my body. Is like I can't eat all these, greasy food every day. It's all about how you want to nurture yourself at the end of the day, especially in a female's body. Venus will represent pleasure, right? Maybe just cleaning up your room will make things a little bit more relief for you. I think purging is a huge thing when it comes to Venus retrograde, and that's just cleansingness. So there's a part of your brain where it wants or it's craving for stimulations, right? So the minute you create movement or change, your energetically your body is gonna feel a lot of relief. So I don't know. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should meditate. You shouldn't change this." Yeah, why not? If it's not permanent, if you don't have to go under the table, then you're good, right? This is a great time actually to learn how to do the Venus stuff. Pleasure, figuring out how you finance, paying off debt. Like looking back at your finance, where you were 10 years ago and where you are today, and how much success or barriers that you had to go through, or even creating a solution. So finance is a big one too. So finance is another one. Beauty is another one. Revamping your look if that's something that you might want in the future. I had to pay a little bit a fortune just getting my hair done, but it was worth it. It created happiness because I achieved what I wanted, right? Getting my nails done, I achieved what I wanted, just to relax and chill. Going to the spa, like just chill out on that spa. If you don't have that type of money, not a big deal. Just go to sauna. Like I went to the dollar store to get lavender Epsom salt and just throw it in the bath. Like it was so healthy for my body, and my body was like so worn down for working such long hours, and I'm on the road consistently working on a project that will be my top secret. I can't tell you guys yet, but that's what I'm kind of doing right now. And I get it. If you're even a single mom, you don't even have a moment of that. But guess what? It's not about being this warrior type. Always, I have to do this. I have to own this. It's more of the idea of getting support. I think I benefit getting support, asking for help when is needed. You can't conquer the universe or your kingdom without anybody, like a team. Really, if you want growth, it's really a team. And I truly have value that no matter how strong as an individual you are, how great of a vision you are, you have to have a support. And I do have a women's support group in my Facebook. And if that's something that you're interested in joining, there's always links below. I want to hear what you guys are struggling in Venus retrograde. Sometimes it's about being sexuality as well. And we talked about, I think, our last video with Dan, we talk about a masculine and what it wants to do, but also we talk about the feminine. How do we balance between the two? So if you can do that and make it as a conscious, not unconscious, conscious. Yes, you can have an alcohol and do, smoke pot or whatever that might be. I don't really 100% support codependency when it comes to those kind of substance, but I'm not against it when it comes to medicine or if it's needed for that. Yeah, I just noticed I had again, like sleeping on a nice bed is a Venus thing. It's a Venus thing. So reviewing what really create pleasure, and you get to know a lot more about yourself when you're actually traveling than like doing this YouTube, watching you guys grow and really creating a community of support. I think that's really why I continue on doing this, because I really see that a lot of women out there really struggle on balancing the both side of it. And I understand the whole high achiever just because I'm one of those too, and I still am today, regardless if I was in a relationship or not really in a relationship. I always had a partner who really supported my vision, and that was really more important than anything else, that he allowed me to get that freedom to be creative, because if I'm not being creative, then who the hell am I? Anyway, so that's about really Venus retrograde. I know it happens in different areas, and I know that there's many general, horoscopes or forecasting that happens for each zodiac. It's a different. Yeah, we can talk about that, but it affects people differently, right? Yeah, I might be a Taurus ascendant. Doesn't mean that every Taurus ascendant is going to be traveling like crazy hours like I am right now. And it's like I said, it's just a temporary thing that I had to revisit what was my life 10 years ago, traveling nonstop, living in different, from hotel to hotel. And it's just different, right? So, and I really appreciate actually having home and having being stationary, and having all my equipment and having all my gadget. I'm so sorry about the lighting. This is what I have. This is the natural lighting I can get in this room here. And I could have used the boardroom up there to hear what Venus retrograde or even your ex coming back. Um, if it's an ex coming back, it just means, or somebody is you're kind of seeing, don't be surprised there's a repeating pattern. And it's up to you at that time period if you want them back in their life. But do you really want them back in your life? And if so, there's a sense of comfort, or familiarity or self-worth that you didn't see for yourself. And yeah, it's really reflect back on you. So I'm really excited to hear what might be going on with you. I know it could be hard talking about it, but definitely you can leave a comment down below, or a specific topic that you want me to talk about, or maybe your ex is coming back for a reason, and what to do next. I've been there myself, and I'm very grateful for the support group that I built, because you couldn't figure this all out on your own, because sometimes your mind really is stuck on that certain pattern or certain similar situation. Anyway, so I'm excited to videos, or even stories about how women really is so heartbroken and so sad about a situation about their love life, until they kind of found me, guiding them. If I'm not the right coach for you, I get it. That's okay. But I want you to go and take that courage to go get help. I think at the end of the day, being stuck in the same pattern and over is just insanity. So I'm going to check out. Thank you so much. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encouraged me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have any ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.